What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Brother Kid, aka Bry, and my apologies for not uploading this entire year. Basically, I had motivation doing it going into the year, but this game is very piss poor. If I'm being honest, not a very fun game, and there wasn't a lot of content to make on it, especially when like going into the year I was supposed to have a team as far as Prime goes, and then I didn't have the team, and then I had a team, and then it didn't last very long, and then I had another team, and it also didn't last very long, and now so I just kind of been hopping around again this year, which I didn't want to do, but you know, it is what it is. But a week ago to the day, pretty sure, no, it was a couple days before. A week ago today, Kobe Bryant passed away, so R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. That's tragic. Really shit on my week, if I'm being honest, but I wasn't close to him, so I'm not grieving as hard as his family, but it was obviously very hard. So, prayers to his family, everybody who was surrounded by the helicopter crash, and his daughter, R.I.P. to her, and all the 7 others on the helicopter. That was big. But getting into this video, so basically like a week and a half ago, the behind the back was patched, right? The behind the back was the explosive behind the back that they didn't have when the game came out. They had it on sharps, and then they switched it because it wasn't supposed to be that way in the first place. Only something 2K could mess up. So then they had it, and it would stun locks, and you saw lockdown defenders complaining about it. And finally they patched it. They said to hell with this. They just took it completely out of the game and added a new one that just isn't nearly as effective. It's still effective, but it's not nearly as effective. So they added a new one, and for the last like week and a half, you'll see a lot of these point guards are really struggling to score, man, and it's very hard. And I was doing a little bit of at first, what I'm on right now is known as the BP build. So the BP build is a slashing and sharp, but it can speed boost. It's 6'3", or you can make it 6'2". It's got defense. You know, it can do everything. It could get contact dunks. It can shoot from half court. You know, it's a very effective build. And my apologies, I'm sick. That's why I sound stuffed up. That's why I'm sniffling all the time. On the downside of a pretty bad head cold. So, but anyway, so I got off the BP build, and I made a tweet looking for a slashing playmaker or a play shot or a normal offensive threat, which is just playmaking and sharpshooting. And my guy at 2K Scam Police, which is the guy who you add if you get scammed in the community, he hooked me up with an account. It was his account, so I got on the account, and it was a slashing playmaker. It was fully done. It was 99.9, and he had this between the legs that I really liked. I didn't know what it was, so I looked at it, and sure enough, it was a different between the legs that I had on, but it was way more effective. And after a couple of days of playing with it, I realized I could spam it up the court, and if I hold L2 while I'm doing it, you can't get ripped. It's identical to the normal 2 from last year, pretty much the same thing. So here, let me go to the animations. These are my SIGs, in case if anybody's wondering. 5-6 months into the game, so it's Pro 2 crossover. So as you can see, I was trying to find it. I bought every single crossover on the game. It's Pro 2 crossover. So this little between the legs right here, boom, that one you could spam over and over and over and over and over again, and it's game breaking because you cannot rip it at all. I've been doing it the last couple of days. People started asking, I started telling, but I didn't tell anybody on Twitter because that's why I wanted to make this video. Tell everybody. And be smart about it because it's a good video to make. It's very smart. So we go into the Prime Arena. So obviously this is an easy way to get up the court. So before you could just hit the behind the back, you'd stun the lock, you'd be able to get right past them. Instead you could just spam this and you can't get ripped. If you hold L2, which is what I do. So it's basically like a dribble glitch. And it does stun the locks if you have ankle breaker on. I have it only on gold, so you just do this up the court. That's basically what it is. And then you can like, personally I do it because I know that it's not getting ripped. I do it with my head up, so when I'm going up the court, it's really easy to make a pass because people are stunned by it. Like you can't, like you do, like somebody coming up the court like that, they're not getting touched. You can't rip them. It's gonna really piss a lot of people off. So they get out of position. They'll start swinging, and then they don't know how to swing, and it's really just a wide open like dot waiting to happen. So I usually come up with my icons up, and if you want to get really like fancy with it, you can like, excuse me, you can do like a behind the back out of it, or you know, You could spin back out of it like you used to do last year, just like that. So yeah, it's very game breaking. Let's see if I might have a couple of clips of it. No, I guess not. But yeah, it's pretty game breaking. It's not like it's pretty hard to stop him, to be honest. I'll actually throw. I was streaming last night when I played pickups, and you could just do this thing up the court like pretty much the entire time, and it doesn't get ripped at all. So I'm gonna rip a clip or two out of my stream and just show you how effective it really is. So you can see that play now. Yeah, we gotta be smarter there. We're good though. Come on.
BP,
All right, can you get off nuts, Juan? Thank you.
So where we gonna do?
Back up.
He better just do that shit bro, the whole time. He didn't lose.
All right, and yeah, as you can see, it doesn't get ripped at all. The only way it gets ripped is if you start doing like this crossover right here. This one, like it'll start getting ripped because it'll put you into that if you don't do it right. Yeah, but other than that, like you could just do this up the court pretty much the entire time. And it's pretty effective for getting up the court. And you can do it like going into the paint because it will stun the centers too. And then they'll get out of position. And a lot of like this game now is turned into I mean, it's basically 2K19 all over again. I mean, it's the only way you could really score is crab walks and just getting the defender in front of you with this little move right here. Fades are kind of back, so it's just really struggling for guards. And you know, if I'm being honest, there was a lot of lockdowns that felt like they were very good in the past week and a half, so I really just wanted to ruin that, if I'm being honest. A lot of people who were making noise 2 weeks ago and were complaining about it, you know, on stream, just almost crying because they can't get a stop when the really good lockdowns could. So I'm kind of over it at this point. So here's for all my guards. Guards are the only ones that can use it. Obviously, it's a pro size up, so you can't just buy it on like a lock. You can't buy it on a center, which I like, and it does need to get patched. But until then, I'll be dancing my way up the court, and there's nothing anybody can do about it when it just comes down to it. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. You could follow me on Twitter. It'd be @BryTheKid. You can add me on PSN. Obviously, there it is right there. It's @BryTheKid. You can follow me on Twitch as well, @BryTheKid. And you can follow me on Instagram @BryTheKid with 2 I's instead of 2 D's. So it's Bry the KIID. So yeah, you can do all that. I want to start posting more, but obviously this game is very like, I mean, Jesus, it's the 2nd of February and people are already almost tucked from this game, so it's tough. But yeah, this is for all my guards who've been struggling. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe, show some love in the comments, share it with your friends. Yeah, and that's it. I'll chat boys later. Adios.